Hey, Lanita Mitchell-Blackwell here. So every first and third Saturday at 6 p.m., I know, Saturday, 6 p.m., I host a sister circle, my ministry. It is called I-45 and Flow. The I stands for intuitive. It is an intuitive 45 minutes of us connecting and loving on one another. The format that was given to me by the divine is the first 10 to 15 minutes. It's normally closer to 12 minutes. I speak on a topic that God has given me, scripture based. And then the next 15 minutes, depending on the number of people who have joined, we either journal or if it's a small number, then we just discuss for the remaining time that we have. And I try really hard to stick to the 45 minutes because I do realize that it's Saturday. Well, tonight we talked about God's grace. Specifically, how has God's grace shown up in our lives this week? I was specific in that because I didn't want people rolling back to 10, 20 years ago when I was a baby, that kind of thing. I wanted them to take the time to really identify actionable evidence of how God showed up for them. And the things that were shared, it blessed them to say it. It blessed me to hear it too. Because God's grace is not always going to get you the victory that you have in your mind. Sometimes the grace is reminding you what an awesome person you are, even in the midst of looking for a job. Sometimes it reminds you that the offerings that you have through your business are absolutely necessary, even if no one has purchased for quite some time. Sometimes the grace looks like you not hearing anything, but because you haven't heard, you have not taken a step, and sometimes those steps not taken protected you from something wild and crazy. But sometimes it's a pause that we all need so that we can sit with the divine and say some hard things that if we had said to our earthly parents, oh, it would have been the end. But that we can say to our heavenly parent and know that it's going to be all right. Sometimes that's hard because we want to attribute human characteristics onto an extraordinarily spiritual being. And we just can't do that. But because we're trying, it means that we are trapping words here, emotions here, thoughts here. And it is blocking all of these energy centers. And we really got to let that stuff out. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to have the ugly cry. As a matter of fact, you need to sometimes get mad. Sometimes you need to yell and scream. Sometimes you need to grab a pillow and punch it out. And once you've done that and you clear the space, now you can hear. You can see. You can feel what comes next. And sometimes it's not anything right now. And coming to that wisdom is grace in and of itself. I won't tell you that every time in my life I have remembered God's grace and mercy at that moment. That's a lie. And that's not what we do, right? I will tell you that I'm really grateful to have a space that I can offer to women to come and share confidentially, and know that they are supported and loved, and using Jill Flowers' word, held. This world can be really hard. It can be tough. People say they're going to do things and they don't. Sometimes we commit to things and we can't. We want to be a blessing, and sometimes our finances, our energy levels, our capacity just won't allow us. But there's grace in knowing that just because we can't do it doesn't mean that God isn't going to provide through somebody else, through some other avenue. Sometimes the fact that you even wanted to, that was what was supposed to happen, so that you can craft your life so that the next time you can be a blessing. And I just want y'all to remember these things as you're going through life, because, excuse me, you might be the one holding space and holding the circle. Tonight it was me. But I really hope that this brief summation of our 45-minute time together during I-45 and Flow helps you. Take care.